Hi everybody, this is Kennedy from the Ornament Girl, and today I will be showing you how to create these beautiful glittery ornaments using our frosted ornament method. Welcome to the Ornament Girl, where we love sharing tips, tricks, and patterns for creating beautiful, no-sew quilted ornaments all year long. As you can see, this glitter method works beautifully on lots of different shapes and sizes of ornaments, and you can even have so much fun playing with different glitter textures and colors. So here on this red ornament, I've used a solid red glitter, and it has sort of a medium texture to it. This silver ornament has a much chunkier glitter, so there's a lot more texture there. As you can see, even though it's one solid color, it still catches a lot of different light because of the chunky texture. Same with this gold star. That was the same glitter as this one, just in a different color. And then on this ornament and these other two smaller ones, I used a glitter blend that was a little more fine, and instead of being circular pieces of glitter, they're actually cut into these little fringy strips, and it includes a lot of different colors in there. So you can see how playing with lots of different types of glitter will really change the look of your ornament. And then at the end of the video, I'll also give you a few tips for adding different hangers to your finished frosted ornaments as well. Now, to create these ornaments, you do need quite a few different supplies, including glue and sealer, a paintbrush, and a few other tools. So to make this much easier and quicker for you, we have created a printable supply list, which you can find linked below the video. This supply list will list out every single material and tool that you need, and it will even include clickable links so that shopping for and gathering up all of your materials is super easy. Once you've got your foam, glitter, and other tools on hand, we can begin creating your frosted ornaments. The first thing we're going to do is put the skewer inside the foam ball. I'm using a ball here, but you could use any foam shape. And I'm just pushing that bamboo skewer in far enough that the ball feels pretty stable. Now this is going to leave a hole in the foam, but we will be able to cover that up with a hanger or a bow or something cute later. So this is going to help you be able to hold on to this and paint it and everything without having to touch the foam. So our first layer is going to be glue, and I am using some clear tacky glue here. You could use any clear or white glue that will eventually dry completely with your glitter on there. So even if you're just using Elmer's or any simple craft glue like that, that's totally fine. I am going to pour out a little bit of glue into my dish here, and it's a little hard to estimate, but once you do it a couple of times, you will sort of get the hang for it. But I have maybe not even a tablespoon in there. And now I'm going to, for this first layer, add a couple drops of paint as well. Now this is totally optional. The paint does just help to be able to visualize where you have put the glue on your ball, because if you're using clear or white glue and painting onto a white foam, it's hard to tell where you've already added the glue. So having this paint here will just help us to be able to tell where we've painted. And I am using red paint to match my red glitter, but even if all you have is a neutral color like gray, you could use that under any color really. So if you're making a bunch of ornaments with a bunch of different glitter colors all at the same time, go for a neutral color in this first layer of glue so that you can still see it on the ball, but it will blend in under any glitter color. Now I also have a larger jar of water here. I have a large jar because my paintbrush is so long I don't want it to tip over, but I'm just going to grab a little bit of water from that jar and add it into the bowl with the glue as well. You could pour this or just use your brush to add a few drops of water at a time. And now you can either use your brush or a popsicle stick or something. I'm gonna use another skewer here to mix up this glue water paint mixture. And you're just trying to thin it out a little bit so that it's easier to paint onto the ball. So I'm going to add even a little bit more water than that. You just want it to be a little bit runnier than it was right out of the bottle so that you can get a nice smooth application when adding it to the foam. Now that I have this glue mixture mixed up, you can see that it is a little bit thinner than how it was just out of the bottle because I added some water in there, and it has a little tint of color because of the paint that we added. We are now just going to brush this onto the foam shape. So I'm just going to take this paintbrush and brush this on. It's nice to use a paintbrush that has a little bit rougher bristles. If they're totally smooth, it's going to be a little harder to catch all of the glue and really get in between the glitter layers in the next few steps. So in the supply list, we've linked to some chip paintbrushes that are nice and rough in the bristles so that you can really get that glue into every little spot on the foam and in between the glitter once we add it. So I am painting from the top down toward the skewer. You want to be careful about painting from the bottom up because you don't want to pull the ball off of the skewer. So you're only going to do that when you absolutely need to. I'm just painting this on. And when I get down toward the bottom, I'm going to do a few strokes from the skewer out. But again, you don't want to do that too much just because it's easy to sort of knock the foam off of the stick that you're using. You can see my paintbrush is already leaving a little bit of glitter behind from when I was practicing this method before teaching it here on the video. So now that my ball is coated, I'm going to set my paintbrush and my glue aside, and now I'm going to need the tray that I'm using to apply my glitter. So what I have here is a baking tray, like a 9x13, lined with some parchment paper just for an extra layer of catching that glitter. But I also have a piece of cardstock that I've folded in half and creased down the center. That makes it easier to dump the glitter back into the bottle when we're finished with it. So over this tray, I'm just going to use my glitter. I'm using a red glitter here. It's a little bit on the thicker side, but you can play around with lots of different glitter textures. There's super fine glitters or super chunky glitters and everything in between. You can also look for glitter mixtures, which are mixtures of more than one color inside the same bottle. So I'm just working my way around the ornament, getting this glitter anywhere that I can. I have a little shaker top on my glitter bottle here, but if you even want to just remove that and just dump the glitter, that's totally fine. You're going to dump a lot out, but the ball actually doesn't really take that much. You're going to be able to return a lot of it back into the bottle. Don't forget to cover all sides, including the top. You have to angle your skewer a little bit so that you can get to the top of the ball. And once you feel like your foam is sufficiently covered, you can give it a few taps, either on the side of the tray or with your finger on the skewer to knock off any extra glitter. And now you want to set this aside to let it dry completely. So you could lay it on a bookshelf or the edge of a table, somewhere where the skewer is laying down and the foam isn't touching anything. And then you could stack some heavy books or something on the skewer to hold it in place. I have a piece of cube-shaped foam here, so I'm just going to press my skewer right into the center of that and just set this aside, allowing the ball to dry with the ball facing upright. I can't show you in the camera here, I don't have enough space, but you are just going to set this aside and let it dry completely. Now for my tacky glue that I used, I found that that takes up to an hour, but depending on the glue that you use, it's just going to change the dry time. So all you need to do now is set your ornament aside and let it dry completely, and then come back to this video for the next step. I do want to mention really quick that you will not need the tinted glue for the following layers of the ornament. So you can go ahead and toss your dish if you were using something disposable, or clean out the dish so that you can use clear or white glue in the next layer. You aren't going to need your glue tinted with paint anymore. So you can go ahead and clean that out in the meantime as well. Now that my first layer of glitter and glue is completely dry, we can go ahead and add the second layer. These are going to be the exact same steps. We just don't need to add any paint to the glue. We don't want this layer of glue to cover up any of the glitter, so we don't want to add any paint into the glue and accidentally make it less transparent. So I'm just squeezing out a little bit of glue. You want to squeeze out whatever amount you think you used on the first round. I had quite a bit to clean out, so I'm gonna use a little bit less here. And then again, combine that with some water. You could either pour some water in there or squeeze it out of the paintbrush here to get a more manageable glue mixture. You could use your brush to mix it up, a popsicle stick, or another skewer, whatever you feel works best for you. If you're using your brush, you want to get some of the mixture out of the brush as you go back in to continue to mix it. All right, now again, we are just painting this onto the ornament. It's a little bit harder to see where you've painted in this layer. I'm using clear. If you're using white glue, it will be much easier to see. Clear is just what I had on hand, so I wanted to use that up before buying more, but you can always test out and see what works best for you. So I'm just going to work my way around the ornament, painting this glue mixture over the entire thing. And you can always mix up more water and glue if you didn't pour out enough to begin with. Remember, when you get down to the bottom of the ornament, you just want to do a few small strokes outward from the center, but you want to be very gentle so that you don't knock your foam off of the skewer. And then you just want to take a moment to smooth everything out. Make sure you have the entire ornament covered with that glue. And now we are going to bring our tray back over. While I was letting this dry, I used my folded up cardboard to dump a lot of my glitter back into the tube. So a lot of that glitter is back in the tube now. You can just use the crease in the paper to help you funnel it back in. And now we're just going to do another round of sprinkling that glitter across the entire ornament. This time I took the cap off so that I could get a little bit more glitter out at once. And I have another bottle of this same glitter, so I'm going to break that out so that I can get nice even coverage. Once you feel confident that the entire ornament is covered, you are going to tap that skewer a couple of times to get any loose glitter to fall off of the foam. And now again, you are going to set this aside and let it dry completely. If you want to repeat this one more time after this dries completely, you can if you feel like you still have any empty spots. But if you are happy with the coverage that you have after 2 rounds of glue and glitter, we'll let it dry completely and then seal it with some Mod Podge. So I'm just going to go ahead and let this set aside, dry entirely all the way through so that when you touch it, you don't feel any wetness left over. And then we will go ahead and seal it up. Now that the second layer of glitter and glue is completely dry, we can seal this off with a layer of Mod Podge. Now you may find that you want to do another layer of glue. If you have any spots where you can still see the foam underneath, you can do another round of glue and glitter. But if you're happy with the coverage, we can go ahead and seal it. I have a couple of different Mod Podge options here. I've already tried the extreme glitter on one of the ornaments, and I liked that it added some extra glitter, but I also felt like in some areas it dulled down the glitter that was already there if I applied it too thickly. So I'm also going to be trying this gloss Mod Podge to see how that works on this next ornament as well, and then I'll be able to compare the two. Even with the Mod Podge, I like to add a little bit to my dish so that I'm not dipping my paintbrush back into the bottle and accidentally adding any glue in there. So I'm just going to pour out a little bit of Mod Podge, and then using my brush with a little bit rougher bristles so that it can really get all the way down in there between the glitter, I'm going to apply this all the way across the ornament in a nice thin layer. You want to smooth it out and thin it out as much as you can while still getting it inside all of those gaps. Remember that from the bottom of the ornament, you'll just do a few small strokes out from the center. Mine is a little bit glued on now. Some glue has gotten between the ornament and the stick, so it's a little bit more stable and easy to paint. Once you have covered the entire ornament in Mod Podge or the sealer that you are using, and you have it spread out to a nice, thin, even layer, you are now, of course, going to set this aside and let it dry completely. Once that outer layer is dry, you can see now that the glitter is nice and sealed in there. Even when I scratch at the surface a little bit, no glitter is coming off, which is super nice. And now you can very carefully twist the skewer and remove it from the ball. And now this area is where you are going to add a hanger. Now on our channel and the Ornament Girls website, we have an entire video all about creating different hangers for your ornaments. So we'll be sure to link that in the description below. But I do want to show you a couple of options here. Now, in the printable supply list that you can find below as well, we have linked to these plastic ornament caps, which are super easy to add to the ornament. I'm going to show you on a silver one that I created here. This is the one that I want to use this ornament cap on. And all you really need to do is put it right in that hole left by the skewer. Now, since the hole is already there, the cap may not have enough foam to cling onto. So it is a good idea to use a little bit more glue for this step as well. So for this ornament, I'm going to go ahead and add a little bit of glue into that hole that was left by the skewer, and then insert this ornament cap, and then once you let that dry completely, it will be nice and secure inside the ornament. And then if you want to add any extra embellishments, you can do that as well. Here I've made a little silver bow and threaded it onto a silver pearl head pin, and I'm just going to pin that right next to the ornament cap, and now it will be super easy to add a hook or string to attach this to any Christmas tree. On this frosted star that I created, I simply used a long looped pin and a swirl ornament hanger, both from the Ornament Girls supply shop, to create a super simple hanger for this little star. On my mini ornaments, I used the same plastic ornament cap, but I left off any embellishments because I felt like with how small they were, the glitter was plenty. And I think on my red glitter ball, I am going to go ahead and add a layered ribbon bow and a hanger using some of our classic Ornament Girl methods. So here I have added a gift bow style bow to the top of my ornament. You can find a tutorial for this beautiful layered bow on the Ornament Girls website in the embellishment library. And now to create the hanger for this one, I will just put the ends of a piece of string together and tie those in a knot. I'm going for a monochrome look on this one with lots of red. Tie that in a knot there. And then thread a pin with a bead. I'm using a red crystal bead here. You could use any combination of beads or bead caps for this, and then pin directly through the knot on the hanger string. And then this can be pinned right over the top center of the bows to hide that center pin and give you a perfect way to hang the ornament on your tree. With the addition of any extra embellishments and the hanger, your frosted ornament is complete. I hope you really enjoyed following along in this tutorial with me to make these beautiful glittery ornaments. It's so much fun to come up with different ways to use this style on different shapes and to play with lots of different glitter colors and textures. If you'd love to learn how to create even more beautiful handmade ornaments, be sure to subscribe to the Ornament Girl on YouTube. Thanks so much for watching, and happy ornamenting!